Today we're going to talk about box plots. Now, a box plot is a type of plot that allows us to show how the data is distributed. And we use the median, something called a quartile, the minimum value, and the maximum value on a number line to show how spread out that data is. Okay, so a quartile, if we think about that word quart, there are 4 quarts in a gallon. There are 4 quarters in a dollar or 4 quarters in a football game. Okay, so that quart means 4. So what quartiles do is they break the data up into 4 equal pieces. Now, since we're breaking it up into 4 equal pieces, we need to find 3 quartiles because that breaks it up into the 4 pieces. Okay, so if we look at this data, so the steps to make a box plot, you're going to find the minimum number, which is the lowest number, the median, which is the middle, and the maximum number, which is the greatest number in the data. Remember, the data must be in numerical order from least to greatest. So let's double check our data, make sure it's in least to greatest, and this one is. So if this is the length of fish caught, 7 is our minimum, 22 is our maximum, and now we need to find the median. So to find the median, we're finding the exact middle. So if we just go through and move our way through, working our way to the middle. So I have 7 on either side of this number 13. So that number 13 is our median. The median is also our second quartile. Okay, and we'll show you why it's the second quartile in a minute. So we have our minimum, our maximum, and our median. Okay, then we're going to find the median for each half of the data. So our median that we found cuts our data into 2 pieces. Okay, and then we're going to find the median for the first half and the second half. So if we go down to this next set, which is just all the numbers written out again, this 13 right here, that was our median. Okay, so now we're going to be dealing with everything to the left of that 13 as the first half of the data and everything to the right of that 13. Now you do not include the median in either half of the data. Okay, so we're just looking at the half, what's in the middle between this 7 and this 13. Okay, so we have 3 numbers to the left, 3 numbers to the right of this 10. Okay, and then let's find the half of the second half, or the latter half of the data. So if there's 7 numbers over here, we can count 2, 3. The 4th number in is going to be in the middle. So I now have 3 quartiles, and I broke the data up into 4 equal pieces. To see that, we can see we have 3 pieces of data before the 10, which is our first quartile. We have 3 pieces after the 10 and before the 13, which is our second quartile. And then we have 3 pieces between the second and the third quartile, which is this 15. And then 3 pieces of data over here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of data. And we have all the information that we need. So to make a box plot, you're going to draw a number line with an appropriate scale and range of numbers. Now, when we draw a number line, remember, numbers count like we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, etc. Okay, we are not going to draw a number line that has the numbers 7, 7, 9, 10, 10, 11, 13, 13, 13, 14, 15, 15, 17, 18, 22. If any of you guys talk like that, or count like that, you need to go back to preschool. Okay, so we are going to draw a number line like we normally would draw a number line. We do use the data to figure out what numbers should we count up by, and also where should we start and end our number line. Okay, so our minimum is 7 and our maximum is 22. So we need to at least have from 7 to 22 on our number line. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to count up by 2s from starting at 6. So I'm going to do 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and I'm going to go up to 24. Okay, give me a little bit of space on either side of my data. Now, put a dot above the minimum value and the maximum value from your data set on the number line. So our minimum value was 7, so I'm going to put a dot above 7. 7's directly in between 6 and 8. Then I'm going to put a dot above 22. Okay, sometimes you'll see box plots drawn with small lines instead of dots at the minimum and the maximum. Either way is okay. All right, and then, so I did step 3, step 4 here. Now I'm going to draw a small vertical line above the first, second, which is the median, and third quartiles. All right, so the first quartile was at 10, so I'm going to put a small line like that. The median was at 13, so I'm going to just put a small one like that. And then the third quartile was 15, so I'm going to put a small line at 15. Okay. Now I'm going to connect these to form a box with vertical segment that shows the median. So what that means is it's going to kind of create a box like this, or a rectangle, and there's a line in the middle, that's the median. Okay, now connect the dots to the box to form what some people call whiskers. And that's your box plot. Okay, so the box plot tells us very easily what is the minimum. The minimum is here. The maximum is here. Okay, this line is the first quartile. This line is the second or the median, and this line here is the third quartile. Okay, and what this tells us is it tells us the spread of the data. So because this line here is so long, over here, between the third quartile and the maximum, that means that not a lot of the data is in there. It's very spread out. Most of the data, in fact, 75% of the data falls between 7 and 15. So this is 75% of the data. How do I know that? Well, because 3/4 of the data falls before the third quartile. So this is the third quartile. From this dot to the first quartile, that's 25% of the data. From the first to the second quartile is another 25% of the data. And then from the second to the third quartile, another 25% of the data. Okay, so this whole before the first 3 quartiles is 75% of the data. And then the last 25% is between 15 and 22 inches. So that means that last part of the data is much more spread out than the first 75% of the data. Okay, so we would say that the majority of the fish are under 15 inches because most of the data is before that. Okay, so see how we can use that box to kind of identify the spread of the data. Okay, so let's do another example together. We're going to make a box plot for the following data. Make sure to put the data in order first. Okay, so this data is not in order, so we need to do that first. So I'm going to find the lowest number, which is a 10. Okay, 15, another 15. All right, there are 3 25s. A 35, a 2 45s, 2 50s, and a 60. Okay, and if you're doing this from a computer screen and you can't cross things out, an easy way to check and make sure that you got all the numbers is to count the original number of data points and then count how many you wrote out and see if it matches. And if it doesn't, then obviously you missed something somewhere. Okay, so step 1 was to find the median. Okay, so if we work our way in, this time we're going to end up in between two numbers for the median. So directly in between 25 and 35, we have to figure out what that number is, okay? So one way we can do that is by finding the average of them. So we can do 35 plus 25, which is 60, and then divide that by 2 because we're finding the average, and we get that the median is 30. Now that makes sense, right? If we think about what is exactly in between 25 and 35, 30 is exactly in the middle, okay? So now we're going to find, well, we should point out what the minimum and the maximum are, right? So 10 is the minimum. 60 is the max, the maximum. Okay. Now we're going to find the first quartile and the third quartile because we found the second quartile already, slash median. Okay, we do that by finding the half of the first half of the data. So the first half of the data is from this 10 to this 25. And if we work our way in, we end up needing to find what's exactly in the middle of 15 and 25. Exactly in the middle of 15 and 25, 20, because there's 5 numbers between 15 and 20, and then 5 numbers between 20 and 25. So this is going to be 20. That's the first quartile. Okay, the second quartile we already found. The third quartile is going to be between 35 and 60. We're going to work our way in. We need to find what's exactly in the middle of 45 and 50. So this time it's not going to be an even number or a whole number. There's going to be a decimal in it because when we take 50 plus 45, we get 95. And then if we do 95 divided by 2 to find the average, 2 goes into 9 4 times. Subtract the 8. Bring down the 5. 2 goes into 15 7 times. And 2 goes into 10 5 times. It's going to be 47 and a half. Some of you guys might have known that without doing that division out, and that's fine. Okay, so now we have all of the data that we have, or that we need in order to make a box plot. So let's do that real quick here. All right, so first of all, we need a number line. Now remember, a number line, we know how to count. Don't forget how to count. Okay, this time we have to go all the way from 10 to 60. Okay, so I'm going to count by 5. So I'm going to start at 5. And the reason I'm counting by 5s is because I don't want too many numbers on my number line. Otherwise it gets really long and really hard to plot all the numbers. Oops, I missed 45, sorry. Because I can't talk and write at the same time. I'm going to go one more just to give it a little bit more room. Okay, so step 1, put dots above the minimum and the maximum. All right, step 2, put small lines above the first, second, and third quartiles. So a small line above 20, above 30, and above 47 and a half. So that's going to be directly in between 45 and 50. Okay, now we connect the box. Okay, and we connect the dots to the box. We have our box plot. Okay, now for this, we can see that the median is right here. So if you're asked to find the median, that's that middle line in the box. Okay, we also see that in this case, our box is much more spread out. So that means that the middle half of our data is more spread out than the last example that we did. Okay. Now we're going to look at, these box plots that are already drawn for us. We're just going to interpret them. This is pretty simple once we know what these things mean. So the lightest bag being taken on vacation, we know that the lightest bag is our minimum. So if we look at the dot here, that's our minimum, and that's at 25. Okay, so 25 pounds. The heaviest bag is going to be our maximum. So that's this dot over here, which is 38 pounds. The median weight, the median we find by looking at the line in the middle of the box, that's 30. The first quartile is the first line in our box, so that is 29. The third quartile is the last line in our box, which is 35. That's it. That's all we have to do for that problem. And then annual snow depth at Mathsville Ski Resort. Sounds like a fun place to go. What is the minimum number of inches? So that's going to be, see how this one doesn't have dots to represent the minimum and the maximum, but it has those lines, which is fine. So somewhere in between 20 and 40, we could say that this is probably around 30 inches as the minimum. The maximum is this line. I don't know. I'd say that's probably like somewhere around 125 or so inches. All right. The median number is this middle line here. So, I don't know. I'd say that's probably like 75 inches or so, 76 maybe. With this, we're just kind of estimating, but it should be somewhere in that 75, 76, 78 range. What is the first quartile? The first quartile looks like, well, it is this line, right? The first line in the box. And that looks like it's somewhere around 50. And then the third quartile is the last line in this box. That looks like it's a little bit above 100, maybe like 101 or 102. Okay, so when you have a box plot, it's very easy to see what the data is, right? And so we can use box plots to see where the median, the first quartile is, second quartile, minimum, maximum. And we can also see the spread of the data. So where is most of the data falling?